dear. Customer. Oh, yes, I see. Wait a moment, dear. I'll just finish this one piece off. There we go. Tell me, have you ever seen a clothing item more boring and white than this one? Oh yes, I've seen a couple more, perhaps one or two that could go in competition with this one. But honestly, white is such a senseless and boring color. If you were a child, would you want to cover it in laces and frills and all types of pearls just to be set there like a little lifeless perfect doll? Oh no, I wouldn't. Everyone who asks me to make them something in white, I just find their taste to be so senseless and boring. The fact that you would wear something like that just states a lack of creativity and perhaps also of taste, if I could be so frank. Oh yes, cotton white, the most popular one, and don't get me started on the eggshell and the chiffons and the creams. Oh, sometimes I wish for an avalanche to just fly over this broken little town, cover everything in its white, snowy blanket. People will start to look for one another and realize the mistake they have made when choosing a white outfit that morning instead of something a bit more creative. Next time they go out about that day, they will intend to wear something more colorful. Yes. With all the colors in the world that have been invented, why would someone opt to wear the most basic white all the time? It just doesn't make sense to me. Anyway, I guess it is tea time already. So, I find myself standing in my shop and staring at a most unfamiliar face, which makes me utmost uncomfortable. I suppose a proper introduction would be a good start before our exchange of business. I do hope you realize that when you walked in here, you did not expect a bakery with hot breads and crusty pies, but landed instead upon a tailor shop with a 50-year-old wrinkly lady. Good, good. My name is Madame Shroe. I have been working here for more than 50 years in this shop, together with my late husband, oh bless him. The shop has been given to me by my father, and his father gave it to him. The Shrews have always been tailors in blood and bones, or should I say in our crafty hands. And if I might be so free, in our perceiving eyes. Yes. Exactly. Now, with my perceiving eyes, I can see that you opted today for a most adventurous outfit, if I can say so. Yes, a traveler, perhaps. You are. You were, at least. No more traveling for you, then. How sad. I had hoped you could indulge me in a story or two in my old age and time from your traveling, but it appears that once again I'll have to do all the talking. No worries. I've been trained my entire lifetime for such inconveniences. Anyway, you say you do not travel anymore. I suspect you are then now becoming a resident here in Hazelton Town. Post office worker, aren't they all? I assume you have been sent here then for the most important part of your daily workflow, the proper costume and the proper outfit to wear. An assistant it is, you say. Yes, very important, the rank is. You see, the post office worker's outfit is one that has been generally acknowledged over all courts in the Moonsford Kingdom. Yes, imagine when there is a bit more of tumultuous time, a bit of war raging between different courts. Well, the ones carrying the messengers are the post office workers, and they need to be let through unharmed and safe to any other court or any other important person. So their outfit is a standard outfit that is recognized by all who see them on the street, paying them the respect they deserve and require. In general, the outfit consists of a cotton white shirt, something like this, a very lightweight fabric that is, with lace trim on the collar. Of course, we can exchange this for any type of lace you prefer or any frills you like to add. The sleeves are these puffy sleeves that come together around the wrist and then fan out back over the hands. The same, of course, on the other side. The blouse itself of the shirt is quite airy and breathable, and at the rim of the lower side we will also add some lace. In general, the post office worker's outfit, or at least the blouse, is in a cotton white, but I'm thinking with your complexion, perhaps we could go for something more of an cream. Definitely not eggshell, no. A cream it is, yes. In general, every post office worker gets a shirt like this one. On top of it, they wear a waistcoat. The color of this waistcoat represents the rank they have, I fulfill in the postal office. They are also recognized, of course, by those leathery accessories such as the gloves in black often, as well as a leather post office bag that is strapped around their shoulder, carrying all those interesting letters and packages across towns and courts. Yes, for waistcoats, I'm thinking. Green is the color for the post office assistant. The reason for that being simple: the post office worker fulfilling the role of assistant is often recognized by a green fabric of a waistcoat. The green symbolizes that they are still green behind the ears, as the expression suggests, and still are incompetent and need to learn a lot of businesses run. So green is the color for the assistant. Now, when we talk about the post office deliverer, they are a rank up, just a step up the ladder from the assistant. red of their waistcoat, a red that symbolizes the sparked flame that has been ignited after being accustomed with the job. They now have a passion for it and run around delivering all those packages and letters. They are often the most joyous and interesting people you'll meet on the streets. You can easily spot them from afar if you've missed a letter of sorts. Yes, but you are not a deliverer, sadly. Otherwise we could have worked with some marvelous different reds. For the post office master, we work with a brown and beige type of waistcoat. Something like this leather coat, for example. A brown or beige color could be considered dull and quite uncreative at first glance, but they remind us of the roots of those gnarled old trees, keeping them up steady, a color representing those that can be trusted and built upon. They run the entire post office business and earn the respect of being called a master. Now, since you are an assistant, your waistcoat will most likely be green as has been instructed. However, we always have some creative freedom with the shades and the materials. So, for now, what we'll be doing today is take your measurements, write them down. We will then fit you with a pattern for the shape of your and size of your body. Do any adjustments, because every waistcoat and every shirt will need to be perfectly fitted. The most horrible thing one can do is wear either clothing that is too small or clothing that is too big, making them look like either a child or a vagabond. That is certainly nothing a respectable post office worker would wish upon themselves. So we will make sure everything is perfectly fitted, then go over the fabrics that you so creatively desire in your entire costume. We will go over details such as buttons and pockets, and perhaps we could do some extra details on the entire outfit. The outfit will be sewn in a couple of days and ready and delivered at your house. For that, I do require your address if possible. Do tell. And your name. I assume your landlady is then Madam Humpus. Oh yes, the most dreadful woman I've ever seen in my lifespan. Only yesterday she just waltzed into this shop with her nose pointed up highly to the skies. I had to subdue my urge to push in a pencil in one of those tiny nostrils, see if she would notice it, or if her ego had transferred her conscience to a higher place where she would not be, well, considering anything any of the common people like us would do. But of course, there I subdued my pleasure of seeing what would happen, and I listened to her rambling and rambling on. She talks too much, if you ask me, asking trifle details of how many buttons I had sewn on that day and how much thread I had used. She clearly does not understand how a tailor works. I simply stated that the dress would be finished when it would be finished. With that, she just went away, a little bit of a pout and a frown, I suspected, seeing on her face, and her nose angle just a tad bit lower than when she had entered, which gave me the greatest amount of pleasure. You have to enjoy the little things at an older age, dear. Anyway, shall we start on those measures? Yes. So, if you could just stand still for a moment, spread your arms out like a scarecrow, feet just close together, comfortable position. Do not make yourself taller or smaller than you actually are, because I will notice. And do not suck in your stomach. It's alright. We'll start with your chest. There. Speaking of scarecrows, the other day I was looking at this scarecrow in the fields of Farmer Benny, and when I blinked my eyes, I swear I saw them move into a different position. Yes, and when I blinked again, they were suddenly a few paces from the place they originally stood. First I thought that maybe I was losing my marbles, but then I realized that I am still quite sound of mind, and it could be nothing more than a cheap, magical trick. Yes, and I suspect only one person to be responsible for such things. That is, yes, a dreadful witch living in the outskirts of our town, making us so famous. Mark my words, it will only take her a couple of months or years before she has full control over the entire town. Yes. None of us will have any life or any will. We'll just be a sad sack of potatoes. Yes, you never trust a witch, dear. They are the evil kind, the evil bred, just like all others. Let's see. Yes, I do not like other breeds as much, although Master Lipsis is an elf indeed, which makes me rather uncomfortable talking to her, but she possesses the politeness of what would only be described as a highborn. But I have seen too much mischief and pranks being pulled by other breeds than us humans. I will take your sides now, dear. So, I do not have faith in any of those, and if I could choose, none of them were able to live inside of this town. No. There we go. One final measurement. Do your waist now. Just stand still. Let's see. Yes, that's okay. And perhaps whilst we're at it, we could do your neck as well. Let's see. Alright. Perfect. I have to write those down before they disappear out of my old memory. Yeah, that's something that's happened quite a lot lately. A very frustrating thing that happens with age, I guess. But still, it has not obstructed me from practicing my craft as it should have been practiced all the way along. So, let us see. Yes, I believe it was something around that. written down then. Now, I suggest you have a little peek through the shop, see what you fancy when it comes to fabrics and shades of green. I'll simply have to fetch the right pattern for your size, and we'll then pin it onto you and see where adjustments are needed. You just wander around, let yourself be transported in the glory of fabrics and tailoring. I'll be right back. Just flutter off, if you will. Stand still again if you could. I have my papers. Let's see. These ought to be in the right size for you. That is the general size. Here. Yes, exactly. to use some pins. Yes, comfortable to breathe, I hope. Alright, let's get on, let's get on. This one is right here as the pockets. If you ask me. This will go at the back. You could just excuse me. There. Let's see. There. That seems to be all placed in the right position. I can see that you have a very nice fine waist, so I'll have to take that in just a couple of centimeters. Nothing too much, of course. Let's see. And for your shoulder, I can see you have quite a broad shoulders. Perfectly alright. We'll just have to fill that out a bit. Make sure you can comfortably move around in your waistcoat. Yes. Let me just... Yeah. And then perhaps one final little sneeze right here. There. As far as it goes, this should be perfectly fitted to your shape. Yes, very well. Let's have a little look at the fabrics that you picked out from my fast collection. Where did you place them? Right. These are the ones you picked out, right? Oh, goodness. I did request a green, did I not, after my thorough explanation about the different stuffing letters in the postal office? I had hoped you'd understood that it is a green and nothing but a green. You see, from green might be something. Yes, we could have a little look at that later. Now, this is something I'm quite interested in seeing on you. Olive green background color with an array of flowers colorfully printed upon it, reminding me of my own mother's little garden in the summer, filled with buzzing bees and a lazy cat somewhere sleeping underneath the shadow of a bush. Me and my mother used to gather underneath the shadow of an oak tree to eat our strawberries and creams and watch the flowers dance with the wind, bobbing their little colorful heads up and down. Yes, I think a bit of color on the green would not be a bad thing for you. Same color here, this olive green. This one contains a almost invisible black little pattern of abstract pentagram shapes and little dots. A very sophisticated fabric that could certainly suit a postal assistant. Then we go the other way when it comes to taste. Most tasteless type of fabric, a pine green with pines upon it. Golden lined pines, that is. But if you wear this, people will start think you have some obsession with forests of sorts. Then again, it is your choice. I am simply here to provide you with my years upon years of wisdom and experience, but if you do not wish to listen, well, you're digging your own grave, that is. Then we stumble upon this quite unflattering, almost greyish green, a lovely colour and fabric in itself, but with your complexion I fear, dear, that you would look as pale as a ghost or a 50-year-old lady. Anyway, we're back to the blues as it seems. Maybe after this little shopping trip, you ought to get yourself a pair of glasses or a pair of new eyes when you're at it. Yes, green in the leaves, but that is as far as the green in this fabric goes. And then we have one small one in total, blue and white. Although I must admit, the most elegant and beautiful fabric with tiny white flowers and blue checkers. Sadly, we are not allowed to use this in your post office costume, as I had already explained. This fabric is indeed blue, almost a mix of sea foam and cloudy blue. With you wearing something like this, you immediately state your presence and your blindness. Yes. And then the most interesting color, the palest of shades that would suit no skin color ever in life, if I could say that. Maybe just a corpse. Yes, this is something I would dress a corpse in, just to show it that it's dead. That's a no, darling. Now, let's have a look at what we picked out for you. Pine Obsession is number 1. Seafoam is number 2. Quite busy pattern there. The lovely olive color with the simple black pattern. Or the lovely olive color, which I would say is a hinge more of a pine, well, not pine green, I would say more of a forest green, and lovely floral accents. Let's maybe decide not to go with the Pine Obsession. Now, this is a lovely cover in itself and would also definitely suit a waistcoat, but I fear that the pattern might be a tad bit busy, especially if we wish to add a bit more nice accents and details later on. Yes, leaving us with our 2 favorite options, of course, a floral olive green or a deeper abstract pattern. What might you choose? It is all up to you, of course. Alright, I'll set that one aside then. Now, when we are discussing your waistcoat, it is important to know how many pockets will be added, what the number of buttons will be along the line, especially lower down the stomach. There is a maximum option of 4 buttons and a minimal of 1, of course. We'll need to be able to close the outfit. Do you have a preference for the number of buttons? Yes, I see. Could offer you a variety of styles, of course, ranging from joyful golds to old browns, some dull creams and whites, some tortoise shell as well. Also fashioned in a variety of materials. I can find wooden buttons somewhere around here. There. No. Aha. We have a lovely, almost hazelnut brown wooden button. Perfect if you want to do 2 buttons just right underneath each one, and we'll add this lovely brown button. Or if you want to stay in theme with the green, we also have this slightly smaller green object. Maybe it will disappear inside of all the greens you are already wearing. If you like to be a bit more extravagant, I suggest being a golden button, not 1 but 4, to draw everyone's attention. Or perhaps that's not the best idea. We would not wish you to be robbed of your buttons in the midst of a street. No, maybe we could go for a single large button like this one, just around your belly button, perfectly closing your waistcoat. Quite an interesting choice, but I think something like this would definitely work. Yes, alright, that is decided then. Now, I assume you would want a pocket or 2 in your waistcoat. Waistcoats carry 2 pockets often, right at the bottom. Perfect for tucking in a little handkerchief of sorts. Now, if you wish to be asymmetrical and partially deformed, we could opt for 1 pocket, but I suggest going for the classical option of simply 2 and no breast pockets. Of course, the choice is all yours. 2 pockets it is at the bottoms. Perfect choice. Now, all of our waistcoats that we make for post office workers have at the back a lighter fabric. This one is often made in a beige or creamy or sandy color, where in the front we will have your olive green. In the back we could perhaps use indeed one of these lighter colors. Let me take some suggestions for you. We have first the most colorful and playful option. I think this would be quite an attractive choice. Everyone who walks behind you will be fascinated by the variety of tulips and daisies and wildflowers growing on your back. And of course a bit of a busy pattern, but I think you could manage that, and certainly. Then on the other side we have this rather elegant, subtle pattern with tiny little flowers in a red, in a deep blue, as well as in a green and purple. Along them are tiny little sand-colored drops. This might be also a good choice for the back, drawing less attention but still being quite sophisticated. Are you interested in this one, perhaps? Okay, alright, I'll note that in my head. Then, I think we have the white cream shirts. Yes, we'll go with cream for your complexion. The olive green waistcoat with then the sandy back. I'll imagine it with those leather gloves. A black, you see, yes, a black it is. And then across from your shoulder, hanging the leather post office bag. I do feel like we're missing something, a little spark, a little pop. How about we go for a little scarf? Yes. Thinking a red representing the small spark of joy and passion that is starting to be awoken in your body as you take on the job and go from hopefully assistant soon to deliverer. A red scarf, you could gently tie it around your neck and then fold it into your shirt. Yes, I think that is what we will do. Let's see what reds would suit you best. We have, first off, a velvet, quite luxurious and extravagant fabric. This color is almost like a blood red. I think it is lovely, but it might contrast too much with the olive green. Let's see. We also have this vibrant raspberry red. Yes, a raspberry, true and true. A lovely color, although I think it is too pink for your complexion. It does not suit it to the best. No. Maybe something darker, like this. Just a few drops darker, mix between a raspberry red and a, well, why no, blood red. Yes, a blood red that is. Almost there, I can feel it. Perhaps then, yes. This is a deep wine red color with a slight pattern to it, but these creamy colors will tie in perfectly with the sandy ones on your back. Just imagine it being draped around your neck, elegantly tucked into your cotton shirt, the green on the sides of your waistcoat. Oh yes, absolutely. Just to be sure, let me just try and put that on here. Tuck it in. Of course, I took your neck measurements, so I'll adjust this straight for you. Oh, yes, it is starting to come together. There is something missing. My Shroe's instincts tell me, as does my late husband. Yes, dear, I see. But I just cannot get my head around it. Something is missing. And of course, a hat or a headpiece perhaps, but nothing like these. These are quite the summery or spring adornments for one. No, it needs to be something that can be worn in all seasons, at every time. Part of the outfit, not exchangeable. I think something like this. beret. At first glance, quite a daring hat style. Not everybody would pull this one off, but red will tie in most beautifully with your scarf. I am quite certain of that. We will try it on and see whether this suits your face. Let me just... Perhaps no. This was a bit too much venturing out into the exotic hats. We'll try something different. It's not giving me what I want. How about a completely round hat? Slightly different from the beret. We could add on flowers or take them away. This one is in a very soft checkered fabric. But I wouldn't go for brown with your look. We could fasten it into perhaps something black. Maybe a light brown? No. What do you think, dear? Let's see. This is an interesting style. But you look like one of those mushrooms that I ate last night. Not the look we want to do, right? Yes, sadly. Not this one. Something else. Oh, now this is a hat for someone who is called respectable. A true fedora hat in a black felt with a rim of a pleated leather strap. Quite beautiful one. We could also do it in a variety of colors with bows and whatever details you can imagine. But first, let's do a test. Let's see how well this suits you. Wait, no. Maybe if I put it to the side like this, just a slight shuffle. And what about this? No, not quite. A beautiful hat, and you do have a face for it. But I think you look too respectable, if there is ever such a thing. What about here? Just on the side, and if we turn it. No, dear. I don't think. Do not misunderstand me. You look absolutely wonderful with a hat like this. The only thing is, it does not suit the rest of your outfit. I feel being looked upon as someone who is trying to be something they are not. Why don't we try something else? Maybe this is more up your alley. A flat cap. We have them in grey as well as in different checkered patterns. I do think a grey would look good with this outfit. Let's have a see. I like what I see, but I feel as if we're almost there, but not yet have reached it. How does it feel? You have quite the right shape. It does complement your head. I know what we need. I know exactly what we need. A newsboy cap. Yes. With extra bit of volume on top. Right in the front. But still flat enough. It will give you a worker, sophisticated appearance. Everything that you wish for, and nothing too much, nothing attempting to be greater than what we are. A simple element, part of the outfit, like that, I think. Yes. And to make it better, we'll fashion it in olive green with the front of the cap entirely black. We could add in 2 little buttons to the side if you wish for something like that. Yes, I think, looking at you all tucked up in pattern paper and scarves and fabrics and hats, you'll make quite a great post office assistant. Yes, I do think so. What dear, didn't we do a great job? I imagine people talking in the town when they see you pass by in your new outfit. Do not be shy to tell them that it was Madame Shroe and her late husband who provided you with all the work. Yes, absolutely. Well then, I suppose our little exchange is done for now. I'll better start sewing. Yes, do come by any time for a little ornamentation of your already existing items or for brand new options. My 50 years of experience have broadened my knowledge tremendously. I can give you a whole new look on what trends are and what they should be. For that I am grateful that you decided to barge in on my free afternoon and provide me with a new craftsman project. I'll be happy to put my time in. Yes. Now, enjoy the rest of the day, I'd say. Yes. Very good. Now then, I'll see you around town then, I guess. Post office assistant.